Hey, I'm Strifo, and I'm gonna show you how to make this sound. And I made it in Serum. Oops. So let's open up a brand new Serum, and then stock Ableton effects. So let's begin. I'll copy this to here. Right. So it's an initialized patch, and the first oscillator is gonna be in the analog tab and basic shapes, and make it a saw wave. Turn it one octave down. Oscillator B is gonna be in the digital tab, dist sub dus perk, and turn it one octave down, and don't touch it, any of those. Turn on the filter, and that both oscillators go through it, and then the filter is gonna be a COM HL6 minus, and the cutoff at around 11, around here, and the resonance at 12, so 54%, and cutoff at 180 Hertz maybe. The drive at around 50%, and the mix at 88% about, and put the macro 1 on the cutoff, and you can rename it filters. Oops. Then in the voicing tab, mono or box, mono, and give it a bit of portamento, 5 milliseconds, or maybe 9, 7. It's good. And that's it for this page. Let's go to the effects tab and start with a distortion. It's gonna be a tube, and the filter off, and the drive, turn it up to 87%, a bit under 3 o'clock, the mix all the way up, and then next is a phaser, the rate all the way down, so it's not gonna move, and the depth to 18%, or 9 o'clock, the frequency to maybe 302 Hertz at around 11 o'clock, the feed to a bit over 12 o'clock to 57%, and the phase to around 11 o'clock here, and the mix to 12 o'clock or 50%. Let's make it 54. And then compressor, turn on the multiband mode, threshold around here, minus 13 dB, or actually minus 11.6 dB. And then the last one here is a filter, and it's gonna be in the MISC tab and a reverb. And the cutoff, put it to around 1722, about 3 o'clock, a bit above, and put the macro 1 on it. The resonance all the way down, drive around 9 or 10%. The damp is not really doing anything. The mix at around 75%. And we're done with Serum. You can save the patch. I already have it, so I won't do it right now. Then the Ableton effects. And we're starting with a chorus, which gives it a lot of body and texture, so it's very important. The high pass to 20 Hz, so all the way down the knob. Delay 2 off. Modulation all the way off the left lower corner. The dry and wet to around 40. Then an EQ. I boosted the highs. Around here. And then make this a high pass and cut off the low end because I'm using a sub bass. Around 140 Hz. Alright, and then an overdrive around here, the filter thing. You can play around with it yourself. The drive at 45 and the tone at 33. The dynamics and dry and wet. It actually sounds pretty good right here. 63% dry and wet. Let's leave it at 50. And the last thing is gonna be a preset in the audio effect rack tab in Ableton under distortion and parallel boosters. And just leave it alone. I mean, you can play around with it, but I'm not gonna touch it. And the reason I put the macro is because you can automate it to give it movement. And the sub bass was just the same sound, the same bass, but I removed the chorus, I removed the overdrive and the distortion preset and just gave it back the low end and took out the high end mid around here, and then boost the low end a bit. And don't have any higher notes on it, so I'm gonna put these an octave down and these as well. Now it's a sub bass. There we go. So hopefully you liked it, and hopefully you'll find some use for it. I'm very new to tutorials, so I'm sorry if this was bad, but yeah, see you later.